You can hear me now, right? Okay. So I'm sorry about that. I'll do this for the third time now. If you heard audio in the background when I was starting, and I don't know that you did, that was the audio of the ex-husband of Sarah Boone, okay? And Sarah Boone is the Florida woman who is accused of murdering her boyfriend by locking him in a suitcase. So I have all of the released discovery from the, there we go. I'm sorry guys, I'm working between two houses, and I came back here and I said, you know what, I got this discovery sent to me the early morning, and I said I need to use my two monitors and stuff to do this. So I'm just going to tell you about this because we're going to do a true crime deep dive into the case and go through every bit of this released discovery. And that means audio interviews, that means video interviews. Billy Boy, good to see you. That's going to mean all the documents that are in the case, every single thing that's been released, we will go over in this case. And it's due to go to trial in November. Okay? So I don't know if you heard it, and I don't think you did because I think the audio was off. I was listening to an interview with her ex-husband. It was an audio-only interview with her ex-husband. And he says some very interesting things in that interview, like that her drinking, that she liked to party a lot, that he had their son Lucas, who's 9, more than she did, because a lot of times she just couldn't, deal with it. Maybe she wanted, he said, and this is him, okay, what he said, to go out and do something, but not have to wake up early in the morning to take their son to school. And then, oh, thank you for being a member for 12 months, Billy Boy. Appreciate that. Obligatory. Okay. So they then said that they started asking him, did your son play baseball? Well, he didn't know why, didn't know why they were asking him. He's talking more about, but they're asking because of a baseball bat. So it does come out that she had a wooden baseball bat that he bought for the child. So he talked about what she can get him very angry. She can be violent, but she's small. She has physically hit the ex-husband, but again, he says she's small and I've never hit her back. He said, I believe that the boyfriend did hit her back, and he did see a black eye, and he did see or hear that there was a steak knife incident in her leg or something. So he did hear that stuff. Hi, Debbie L. And, oh, thank you. Thanks for staying, January. So I have all of this, and it's harder for me at the other house to share things with you, as you know. So I thought maybe we would do something here and look at what's going on. Now, where's my, hold on, let me pull my stuff up here. Thought I had this all up. So anyway, this case, again, is going to go to trial in November. And there's been stuff that's been released, first, and then there's been new releases. And disclaimer, this has all been sent to me from the district attorney's office. I can use all of this. This is all not copyright or anything like that. This is my stuff that I'm able to use. Okay, so I have audio interviews, and so I have the one of Brian Boone, that's the ex-husband. I have a Sarah Boone audio interview. I have a Melissa Sexton. I have a Juan Torres. I have a follow-up interview with, who's this? Waiting for the full title. I can't see that. Let me see you. With Brian the ex-husband, and then an Abraham Moreno, and then a Brandon Motes. Okay. And then I have second release of records. I have body cam. Looks like 3 body cam videos. Death investigation. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos there. Then I have video of, what is this? Sarah Boone. Video of Sarah Boone. Cell phone video. Oh, that's that cell phone video. And 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. I have some unmarked movie, which is always scary because you don't know what they're actually putting in. And then I have all the documents. So I think probably the first place to start is to look at this this document. And you know what I will do? I will upload like her big long interview. I think it's best if I upload that so you can watch it on your own, and then we can discuss it, and then we can play parts in live videos. But if you're new to us, I do deep dives into discovery. It's what I have a passion for, and what I do, if I do say so myself, pretty good. So we'll dissect every little bit of it, and the full interviews will be out there, and then we can take them back in pieces and put them in the lives. So let's just take a quick look at what we have here in documentation. I'm going to pull it over on this screen. Okay, and I'm going to put you up here so I can see you chatting. Okay. So this is the Orange County, if you're trying to look at this, let me make this a little larger and move this over. Sheriff's Office investigation, okay. Detective Chelsea Copsell. So if we go to Deputy Sheriff Kayla Rodriguez, responded to 4748 France Court, apartment number 3 in Orlando, Florida, in reference to a man-down call. Deputy Sheriff Rodriguez arrived as Orange County Fire Rescue 63 was leaving the apartment and declared George Torres Jr. deceased at 13:07 hours. Deputy Sheriff Rodriguez spoke with Sarah Boone, who provided a verbal statement. Deputy Sheriff Rodriguez also met with Brian Boone, who provided a verbal statement. That's the one I was listening to. That's Brian Boone. That is the ex-husband. Deputy Sheriff Rodriguez completed the original incident report. Deputy Sheriff Rodriguez utilized her body-worn camera. Deputy Sheriff John Martinez responded to 4748 France Court, apartment number 3 in Orlando, Florida, in reference to a man-down call. And upon arrival, Deputy Sheriff Martinez established the crime scene and secured it with crime scene tape. Deputy Sheriff Martinez maintained the crime scene contamination log. Deputy Sheriff Martinez was near Deputy Rodriguez while she was obtaining a verbal statement from Sarah Boone and heard what Sarah said occurred. Deputy Sheriff Martinez completed a supplemental report. Deputy Sheriff Martinez utilized his body camera. So I assume that we're going to have in those body cameras, the body cameras of these two, okay? Deputy Sheriff Lisa DeLeon responded to the Orange County Office Central Operations on February 25th of 2020 in reference to transporting Sarah Boone to the Orange County Jail. Deputy Sheriff DeLeon completed a supplemental report. Deputy Sheriff DeLeon utilized her body-worn camera. Okay, and then Criminal Investigation Division, the Homicide Squad, the Detective Sherry Copsell, Corporal Detective Nathaniel Taylor, Detective Sean Lowen, Forensics Unit, Criminal Scene Investigator Melissa Is that Rough Garden responded to 4748? Okay, the same place. Okay, well, we can skip that. Investigator Rough Garden responded as the lead crime scene investigator. Crime scene investigator Shanice Robinson and crime scene investigator supervisor Kelly Wood responded and assisted her. Investigator Rough Garden photographed the scene, processed the scene, collected and documented potential evidence. Investigator Rough Garden later completed the original crime scene investigative report. Medical examiner's office information. So the office of the District 9 medical examiner, let's see, on February 24th, 2020, medical legal investigator Ashley Hammermeister responded to the 4748 France Court, Apartment Number 3, to initiate the investigation for the medical examiner's office. Investigator Hammermeister took photos of the scene and supervised the collection of the victim's body for transport from the scene to the medical examiner's office. Dr. Sarah Zeidowitz, DO, so Dr. Sarah Zeidowitz of the District 9 Medical Examiner's Office conducted an autopsy on George Torres Jr. Dr. Zeidowitz has not determined the victim's cause of death at this time and is pending further study. For further information, refer to the medical examiner's report number, and it gives us the number there, okay? Witness information. So there's a Vincent Battaglia, born in 1999, a white male, says in their testimony on February 27, 2020, in a sworn audio recorded statement, Detective Scott Lowen spoke with Vincent Battaglia, located outside of his apartment at 4847 France Court, apartment number 2, Orlando, Florida, on February 23, 2020. Vincent was located at his apartment. Vincent's apartment wall is shared with Sarah and George's apartment wall. On February 23, 2020, at approximately 23:15 hours, Vincent heard a loud crashing sound that made the wall shake coming from Sarah and George's apartment. So at 23:15 hours, this guy hears a loud crashing sound that made the wall shake coming from the apartment. And then the next, Brian Boone, that's the ex-husband. That's who I was listening to. Very funny. Hammermeister, right? On February 24, 2020, in a sworn audio statement, I spoke with Brian Boone, who stated that he received a phone call from his ex-wife, Sarah, who called him panicking that George Torres Jr. was deceased. Brian responded to Sarah's apartment per her request and observed George laying in the living room floor unresponsive and told Sarah she needed to call 911. Brian left Sarah's apartment and waited outside for law enforcement to arrive. That's what I was listening to. We'll definitely play that for you and everything. And then another Brandon Motes, and we have audio from him as well. On February 27, 2020, in a sworn audio statement, I spoke with Brian Motes, located at his apartment at 4847 France Court, apartment number 2. And Brandon's apartment wall is also shared with Sarah and George's apartment wall. On February 23rd, between 22:30 and 2300 hours, Brandon heard a loud crashing sound that made the wall shake coming from Sarah and George's apartment. And then there's Abraham Moreno, and that is also one of the audio recordings. Yes, that's Billy Boy says, okay, but her story is basically we're playing hide and seek and my boyfriend's hiding spot is a zippered up suitcase and I couldn't find. Yes, Billy Boy. On February 26th, in a sworn audio recorded statement, I spoke with Abraham Moreno, located at Tealwood Park Apartments front office, and Abraham is employed with the apartment complex for maintenance, and Abraham spoke about interactions with Sarah Boone and George Torres, and we'll listen to that too. And then Melissa Sexton, which we also have the audio of, is in a sworn audio statement. I spoke with Melissa Sexton, located at Tealwood Park Apartment Complex front office. She's the property manager, and they spoke about the interactions with Sarah Boone and George Torres from the apartment complex. And then Juan Torres. Okay, so February 26, 2020, in a sworn audio recorded statement, I spoke with Juan Torres, located at 8615 Baja Boulevard, Orlando, Florida. And Juan had a phone conversation with George Torres Jr. During the phone conversation, he heard Sarah Boone in the background acting hostile towards George. Ultimately, George hung up with Juan because of Sarah's behavior. So the background on this: on February 24th, 2020, at 13:01 hours, Orange County deputies responded to 4748 France Court, apartment number 3, Orlando, Florida, in reference to a female reporting that her boyfriend, George Torres Jr., was deceased. The caller, later identified Sarah as Sarah Boone, reported playing a game of hide and seek. Sarah and George jokingly thought it would be funny if George got in the suitcase located in the living room. Sarah zipped George in the suitcase. Sarah mentioned that she and George had been consuming alcohol during the night, and she went upstairs and passed out in her bed. She later woke up to her cell phone ringing multiple times around 1100 hours. She went downstairs and did not see George anywhere in the apartment. And then she then realized that he was possibly still inside the suitcase. Sarah unzipped the suitcase and found George unresponsive and not breathing. Shortly after the 911 call, deputies arrived on scene. Orange County Fire Department Rescue 66 confirmed that George was in fact deceased at 13:07 hours. George was found lying in the living room closer to the kitchen of the residence near a blue suitcase. Thank you so much, Billy Boy Blue, just for your hard work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. A small laceration, so he has a small laceration, was evident on George's lip and what appeared to be some bruising around his left eye. So he has trauma, right? Corporal Detective Nathaniel Taylor authored an exigent search e-warrant for the residence located at 4748 France Court, Apartment 3, Orlando, Florida. The search warrant was issued by the Honorable Judge John Marshall Kest. The blue suitcase was measured by the crime scene investigator Roughgarden, who provided the following dimensions: 28 inches in length, 20 inches in width, and it was 8 7/8 inches in depth. So he was zippered into that suitcase. Per the Orange County Sheriff's Office mobile comm and report writing system, the target address is 4748 France Lane. Later discovered the correct street name is France Court. Okay, so there is a recorded 911 call on February 24th, 2020 at 12:59. Sarah Boone calls 911. Sarah provided the address of her emergency to be located at 4748 France Court, apartment number 3. She says, the 911 operator asked Sarah, what's your emergency? What's your emergency? And Sarah says, my boyfriend is dead. My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in a suitcase, and we were playing, and like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. Sarah described George to be purple in color and stiff. Sarah said she attempted to do CPR prior to calling 911, and she was instructed to perform CPR again and did so. On February 24th, 2020, 15:25 hours, Detective Scott Lowen and I conducted an audio recorded interview with Brian Boone, located in my unmarked agency vehicle outside of that apartment number 3. The following is a synopsis of Brian Boone's sworn statement. Brian Boone has known Sarah Boone since he was approximately 23 years old. Brian and Sarah legally divorced approximately a year and a half ago, but have been separated prior to that. Brian and Sarah share one child in common, a Lucas Boone, 9 years old. Brian stated there is a custody agreement. This is what I was listening to, this statement. and they are supposed to rotate each week for Monday through Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays, and every other weekend. Brian stated Lucas does not like to stay at his mother's residence, and even though they have that custody agreement, Lucas is mainly with him. The last time Lucas stayed with Sarah was on Tuesday, February 18th, 2020. Brian stated that Sarah was very unreliable with the custody arrangement and picking Lucas up from school on the days that she was supposed to. Brian said he would have to repeatedly call Sarah to see if she was going to pick Lucas up when it was her responsibility to pick him up. On February 24th, 2020, Brian began to call Sarah repeatedly, starting at 11:25 and again at 12:21 and then again at 12:49. Sarah answered the last call at 12:39 and they spoke. I think that has to be a typo because the last call was 12:49. And they spoke for 32 seconds. You would think that somebody would at least proofread like this probably pretty important part right here. You know what I mean? And they spoke for 32 seconds and again at 12:54 for 19 seconds. Brian said the first phone call she accepted at 12:49 was Sarah telling him George was dead and she begged him to come over. Brian hesitantly agreed to go over to Sarah's residence since he resided nearby. Sarah called Brian back at 12:54, asking if he was on his way. That's the 19-second phone call. Brian confirmed he was leaving his residence, and when Brian arrived, he walked into the foyer area and saw George lying unresponsive on the living room floor. Sarah called 911 immediately and never discussed the details of what occurred. Sarah did not discuss with Brian what occurred because she called 911. Brian did not feel comfortable staying inside the residence, so he stepped outside and waited for law enforcement to arrive on scene. Brian said Sarah was an alcoholic, that she did not know how to only have one drink. She would continue to drink and would become aggressive. Brian said Sarah would initiate fights with him when they were together, and she was under the influence of alcohol. Sarah would punch him and scratch him. Brian also described George to be an alcoholic too. Brian said Sarah would often have bruises on her and that Sarah had called law enforcement on George multiple times. Brian said he felt Sarah was the main aggressor, but George could not control his anger and would strike Sarah back. Brian recalled the last physical altercation that he knew about was when George was last arrested before the holidays in 2019. Brian said Sarah called him often when she was intoxicated, drunk dialing, drunk texting, and approximately 1 week ago called him stating she had to escape her residence and asked Brian to come and get her. Brian declined to get Sarah, and she never brought up the phone call afterwards. Brian said he did not have a relationship with George and they would not speak to one another. Brian said he dealt with Sarah for the sake of their child, Lucas. Brian said Sarah has been an alcoholic since Lucas was born. Right, Billy Boy? Interview with Sarah Boone. On February 24th, 2020 at 16:57 hours, Detective Scott Lowen and I conducted an audio-recorded interview with Sarah Boone, located in my unmarked agency vehicle outside of her residence located at 4748 France Court, apartment number 3, Orlando, Florida. The following is a synopsis of Sarah Boone's sworn recorded statement. I read verbatim to Sarah her constitutional Miranda warning. Sarah agreed that she understood what I had just read to her. On February 23rd, 2020, at approximately 1600 hours, Sarah was located at her residence, 4748 France Court, apartment number 3, Orlando, Florida, along with her boyfriend, George Torres Jr., who also resides at the apartment. Only Sarah and George were located at the residence. Sarah's son, Lucas Boone, would be would sometimes be at her residence when it was her days, per the custody agreement she has with her ex-husband. Sarah said her and George were painting pictures and completing a puzzle. They liked games, apparently, and she thought that painting would, help, okay? While sharing a bottle of Woodbridge Chardonnay wine. As the evening went on, Sarah said her and George decided to play a game called hide and seek. Sarah hid upstairs in the shower first, and George never came to look for her. After a while, she decided to go downstairs, where she found George. Sarah and George both thought it would be funny if she zipped George in the blue suitcase that was located downstairs in the living room area that had a few miscellaneous items that they had planned to donate. George willingly got into the suitcase. This almost sounds like a children's book, and I agree with you, Billy Boy. You said it would be almost comical if it didn't have such a horrific ending, right? But when you read this, it reads like a children's book, right? Sarah and George were painting and doing puzzles. Sarah and George decided to play a game. Sarah and George decided to play hide and seek. Sarah thought the shower would be a good place, but George never found her. Sarah went downstairs where they found a suitcase. "Look, George, look at the blue suitcase." George said, "Wow, Sarah, that looks good. Want to get in the blue suitcase?" I mean, this is what it's sounding like, right? Okay. She's very, we'll have to listen to the audio to see if it is this, exactly this way, or this synopsis is just written this way, right? So George willingly got into the suitcase and Sarah zipped the suitcase up, but 2 of George's fingers were able to stick out of the suitcase. Sarah and George were both laughing that she zipped him into the suitcase. Sarah explained the attached handle that made it easier to zip the suitcase was broken, but a paper clip was in the zipper, and she was able to zip the suitcase up. On February 24th, 2020, at approximately 0000 hours, Sarah decided she was going to go upstairs while George was still located in the suitcase, thinking that he could get himself out. Sarah laid down in her bed and fell asleep, approximately 20 to 30 minutes after going upstairs, and Sarah assumed that George was going to get out of the suitcase and come to bed as well. Sarah said neither her nor George were drunk from their wine consumption. Sarah woke up in the morning and heard her cell phone ringing multiple times, but she ignored the calls. Sarah said her cell phone was left downstairs from the night prior. Sarah knew her ex-husband, Brian Boone, was calling because he was the only person who called her repeatedly to see if she was going to get their son, Lucas Boone, from school. Sarah said she stayed upstairs for a while and assumed that George was downstairs on the laptop looking for employment. Sarah said she went downstairs at approximately 1100 hours and realized that she could not find George anywhere in the apartment. Sarah freaked out and remembered the last time she saw George was when she zipped him into the suitcase. Sarah unzipped the suitcase and found George unresponsive. Sarah called Brian back, told him George was dead, and begged him to come by her residence. Brian only resides a few minutes away. When Brian got to the residence, he walked into the apartment, saw George unresponsive on the floor, and told Sarah she needed to call 911. Brian then immediately walked outside and stayed there until law enforcement arrived, while Sarah followed the instructions from the 911 operator. Sarah said her and George would drink daily and have a couple of glasses of wine. Sarah said there was a bottle of the same wine filled approximately halfway that was left over from a different night. Sarah said her and George drank the rest of that bottle and a full second bottle of wine. Sarah had no knowledge of George's death, but was concerned because he was beginning to lose his teeth and complained of his chest hurting. Sarah believed he was stressed from being without employment the past couple of weeks. Sarah said they last had an argument last week over him being stressed. Sarah said Her and George normally went to bed at the same time. George would sometimes stay downstairs for an extra 30 to 45 minutes, but they slept upstairs in their bedroom every night together. Sarah said George normally woke up first, and he would normally get up at about 6:30 a.m. Now they're going to talk about Sarah's iPhone. On February 24th, 2020, Sarah gave verbal and written consent by signing a waiver and an affidavit from the Orange County Sheriff's Office to search her iPhone XS. Digital forensic investigator Janella Uadane responded to the scene to begin to download the cell phone. While the cell phone was being downloaded, 2 videos were found on the cell phone. And we have these, and we will play these as well. The first video began recording on February 23rd, 2020 at 23:12 hours. The video was directed at the blue suitcase located in the living room that was flipped upside down. George repeatedly yelled out Sarah's name. Sarah told George, "For everything you've done to me, F you." Sarah was laughing when she said F you. "Stupid." George repeatedly kept calling out Sarah's name. George said, "I can't effing breathe. Seriously." Sarah replied, "Yeah, that's what you do when you choke me." George continued to repeat himself, telling Sarah he could not breathe. Sarah replied, "That's on you." Oh, that's what I feel like when you cheat on me," Sarah said. You should probably shut the F up." In this video, the suitcase was upside down, and you could see George pushing up on the suitcase in an attempt to get out. The video is 2 minutes and 3 seconds long. The second video began recording on I don't even know what you're saying. She's the cross-sesebination. I'm not saying anything. I'm reading official documents, Butterfly Watching. We're going to go through every bit of the discovery, okay? We're going to read everything the way it is. It's not like I'm saying. Okay. So, let's see. The second video began recording on February 23rd at 23:23 hours. The video was directed at the blue suitcase in the living room that was now facing right side up, moved over towards the left side of the living room. George yelled out Sarah's name. The video was 22 seconds long. Due to the nature of the videos, we believe the investigation changed to a criminal investigation. Therefore, all searching of Sarah's cell phone ceased. I authored a digital device search e-warrant to search the entirety of Sarah's iPhone XS, a Samsung cell phone that was found in the suitcase at the residence, and the Lenovo laptop found in the living room. So he had a cell phone in the suitcase? Okay. On February 25th, 2020, at 15:09 hours, the digital device search warrant was signed by Judge John Kest. A copy of the signed warrant was given to digital forensics investigator Uadane. Let's see. On February 25th, 2020, George Torres Jr. received an autopsy located at the medical examiner's office, and during the autopsy, it was noted that George had injuries. George had long nail scratches to his mid-upper back, a large nail scratch to the back of his neck, contusions to his right shoulder, a left skull, and forehead contusions considered blunt force trauma. And that's why they're asking about the baseball bat. Okay? And a cut near his busted lip. Follow-up interview with Sarah Boone. On February 25th, 2020, at approximately 1500 hours, Sarah drove herself to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, located at 2500 West Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida. Detective Scott Lowen and I conducted an audio and video recorded interview with Sarah, which we will go over. The following is a synopsis of Sarah Boone's sworn recorded statement. I read verbatim to Sarah her constitutional Miranda warnings. Sarah agreed she understood what I had just read to her. After informing Sarah about the injuries to George's body, she continued to deny any physical altercation occurred between the two of them. Sarah said the scratch marks on George's back, came from rough sexual intercourse, and she did not know where the other injuries came from. Sarah claimed she would drink the occasional glass of wine or on the weekends, yet George would drink constantly. Sarah said she can maintain herself unlike George. For example, Sarah can do 50 things at once, and I still know the 50 things more previously prior that she needs to get done. And I did hear her say this. I did watch this interview. Sarah said there would be multiple times she did not want to drink, yet George would. Well, it's quite different from what her ex-husband is saying, right? Sarah and George drank excessively because he lost his job, and his ex-wife continuously asked him to send money. When I informed Sarah, she told me on Monday she was not drunk. On Sunday, Sarah replied, I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-compos mentis, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control. Sarah said on Sunday, February 23rd, 2020, George went to Publix and bought the bottle of wine. Sarah did not go with him to Publix on Sunday, February 23rd, 2020. I asked Sarah how many glasses of wine she and George had on Sunday. Sarah denied being drunk. On Sunday, Sarah denied talking about their relationship in a negative way on Sunday. On Sunday, Sarah believed they went inside from their back porch around 1830 hours. Sarah and George worked on the puzzle and then painted. Sarah believed that they were still painting at 2000 hours, and I confirmed with Sarah that she and George had played hide and seek 3 times in the past. I asked Sarah if any of those past 3 times did she zip George up in a suitcase, and Sarah replied shockingly and sternly, no. Sarah explained the suitcase was originally in their closet, which is located upstairs. I asked Sarah if she recalled taking any photographs or videos on her cell phone on Sunday, and Sarah replied, no, I think I took a picture of the dog. Sarah confirmed only that she had access to the cell phone by face recognition or the password. George did not have facial recognition or know the password to Sarah's cell phone, but allowed him to use it. Sarah was shown the approximate 2-minute video that she recorded on her cell phone. Not even halfway through, Sarah no longer wished to watch the video. Yes, if you haven't seen this, you'll see it. Sarah admitted she flipped the suitcase upside down. Sarah said her plan was to not go upstairs and go to sleep. I informed Sarah that she did intentionally go upstairs and fall asleep while leaving George trapped in the suitcase while he was telling her he could not breathe and pushing up on the suitcase in an attempt to get out. And I informed Sarah based off of those videos where his head would be in the suitcase, we could see that the side of the suitcase in the video, and at no point did I see his fingers. Sarah said she did not think that George was panicking, and she thought he was the boy crying wolf. Sarah was asked why she did not let George out when he asked to be let out, and Sarah replied, well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that, and number two, I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I explained based off of the 2 videos, George was in the suitcase for a minimum of 11 minutes. Sarah said she did not remember making the videos because she had been drinking. Sarah blamed everything on the wine. Sarah said alcohol is a shitey thing. Sarah said she did not call 911 sooner because she did not know what to do. Hi, Casey. Sarah said the video looked bad. Sarah denied intentionally leaving George in the suitcase. Sarah was asked why she intentionally went upstairs and waited for George to come upstairs and did not check on him or let him out prior to going upstairs. Sarah replied, I don't know. I told Sarah that George was dead as a result of her actions. Sarah replied, I understand that. Sarah was asked twice throughout the interview if the Orange County Sheriff's Office Forensics Unit could swab underneath her fingernails, and both times Sarah agreed to it. Sarah was informed she could refuse the forensics investigator to swab underneath her fingernails. Forensics investigator Melissa Roughgarden responded and collected the fingernail swabs from Sarah on video and audio recording. Sarah was informed she was not free to leave and under arrest. Deputy Sheriff Lisa DeLeon responded to Central Operations to transport Sarah Boone to the Orange County Jail. And then these are going to go over the Abraham Moreno interview and the Melissa Saxton interview, but I think we want to listen to an audio now. What audio do we want to listen to? Let's see. Let me see. Let's see here. You want to listen? Let's listen to the 911 call. Let's listen to that, okay?
911, what is the location of your emergency? 474.
Let me make sure you can hear this. Hang on. I have to make sure the speakers are working. So let me pull this call over here. Okay, hang on. Where's my... Is this my 911 call? Yes. Okay, let me pull the 911 call over. Hold on, and let me just pull this so I can make sure the audio is working. Let me just check it out.
48 France.
Okay, it is. I'm going to mute so you don't have any interference.
911, what is the location of your emergency? 4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
France, F-R-A-N-T-Z.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Fire rescue. What's the location, Mercy?
Desk 32.
No, please don't leave.
4748 France Lane, apartment 3.
France Court.
France Court.
Yes.
Okay, is this near Mackenzie Drive?
I don't know where that is.
Okay, fine, okay.
It's Tealwood Park Apartments.
Okay, 4748 France, correct?
Correct.
All right, correct. Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. And
Okay.
like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Right, okay, what's the apartment number?
3.
Apartment 3?
Yes, like he has like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm or what happened.
Right, okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there too. All right, okay. Okay,
Now?
Okay, 40, yeah, man, listen, we're on our way out there. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Okay, how old is the
42.
boyfriend, ma'am? 42-year-old male. All right. Okay, we're sending help out there. Sheriff's officer anywhere out there?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Listen to me. Okay. I just need to confirm this. All right. I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No. He's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me. Okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah. Okay.
But nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay. Listen to me. There's a defibrillator available. I need you to get it for me. Okay?
What is
You
it?
have an AED available?
No.
All right. Are you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, ma'am. Listen. So listen. Is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not
Okay.
necessarily cold, but he's stiff. And he's
Right, okay.
purple.
All right, listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right, okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right, okay, listen. Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him, okay? All right? Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay. And,
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
okay. Listen to me. All right. I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
We want to pump his chest to me hard and fast, going to this twice per second.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is mixing.
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest. That's all you need to do for me, okay?
Yes. Come on, please. Hurry up.
Okay, ma'am, they're driving here as fast as they can. Okay, don't stop to say hurry up. Just keep on pumping and counting.
I'm still doing it while I'm talking to you, okay?
Okay.
Still doing it.
All right, just continue pumping his chest. Count on us. I can count with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, ma'am, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's stiff and he's purple.
Okay. Keep pumping his chest for me, ma'am.
I'm still doing it, okay? Still doing it. Just don't make me count. Okay?
Right, okay, that's fine. You're doing a good job. Just keep on doing it for me. That's all right. They're getting there as fast as they can, along with the sheriff's office also, okay?
Please.
Okay. Keep on pumping, ma'am. 1,
We were playing hide
2,
and seek.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on pumping for me, ma'am.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm doing it, okay? We were playing
Okay.
hide and seek.
Okay. All right, I understand. All right, just keep on pumping for me, okay? Okay.
Please hurry. This
Right,
is
okay.
horrible. This is horrific. What happened? Like, what happened?
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest for me, okay? They're in the parking lot. They should be up there shortly, okay?
Yes. I'm still doing it, okay?
All right, okay, good. And you found them in a suitcase, you said?
Yes. We were playing hide and seek last night. I fell asleep. I think they're here.
Right, just keep on pumping his chest until they take over, okay?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Open. Come in. Can I stop pumping now?
Let them take over for you, okay?
When was the last time anybody saw him? Last night. We were playing hide and seek. He hit another. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's been down too long. There's nothing we can record of him.
Hello, ma'am.
And so we're there, obviously.
All right.
Yeah, no, he's my boyfriend. Is your boyfriend? Okay.
Does he have any kind of metaphors?
No. No, not that I know of.
Hello?
The fire department's going to take care of you now, okay? Yeah, so we'll see you there.
Alrighty. Oh, ma'am, is still there? Hello?
Okay, so I do apologize. I thought when I had the documents on the screen that you guys could see those with me. So I apologize because you should have been seeing this with me as I was reading. And I didn't realize that because it was not focused on my monitor number 2 and it was focused on the Zoom. So I apologize for that. That you couldn't read along. So we got to over here. So let's see what else. That was the 911 call that we heard. And what else should we do? This is, not sure exactly what this is. This is the cell phone video. And I don't know if it has the expletives in it. I think it's probably better if I upload these to their own video and then I can put a mature warning on that or something. So I think that's what I'm going to do for these 2 videos, these cell phone videos. I'll upload those before I go back to the other house and then you can watch them in their own video, but I'll put them with a mature warning. Okay. And then, let's see, there's a lot more because this is just, we've got the new releases here. This is the audio interviews that I was listening to. This is the ex-husband, and this is Sarah. I wonder how long this is. Let's see what this is like.
Today's date is February 24th, 2020. The time now is approximately 16:57 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located in my unmarked vehicle out in front of 4748 France Lane, apartment number 3 in Winter Park at the Tealwood Park Apartments. And also in the car with me is my partner,
Detective Scott Lowen.
And in the front seat is, can you state your name, ma'am?
Sarah Boone,
Okay, and your birthday?
10-10-77.
Okay. So, Sarah, I know you have talked to some deputies. I know we had a very brief conversation just to reiterate what you told that deputy. But like I was explaining, I would like to get a more further understanding of what happened last night and ask you more detailed questions. I am going to read you your rights, but it's just because that's how we do things, okay? So you do have the right to remain silent, okay? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
Do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Okay. So, last night you said that you and your boyfriend George were here at your residence and didn't really leave that day. You said that he went to the store to buy cigarettes.
Yes.
What time was that around? If you recall. Was it light out still? Dark out?
Yes, it was light out
It
still.
was still light out. Okay. But he's the only person that left and he came back,
Yes.
I'm assuming? Okay.
It's right down the street.
It's down the street. Okay. And tell me what you guys were doing next. Like what was happening?
We had a bottle of wine. We painted, we drew, we did puzzles.
Do you remember what wine you guys were drinking? What
It's Woodbridge Chardonnay.
Okay.
The bottles are in the trash.
Okay. Chardonnay.
Mhm.
Okay. And do you remember around like what time this was that you guys were sharing the bottle of wine, painting, doing puzzles?
I'm gonna say 4-ish.
Okay. And was this before he went to the store or after?
I'm sorry.
Had he already gotten home from the store at this point to buy the cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay. So it was around 4 p.m.
Ish.
that you realized, and you guys were doing.
Puzzles and art,
Okay.
listening to music, enjoying each other's company.
And all downstairs, upstairs? Where did you
Downstairs.
guys? Downstairs. Okay.
We usually sit on the back porch because we smoke and you're not allowed to smoke inside, so.
Okay. And who was here last night? Was it just the two of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. No one ever came over at any point?
No.
No. Okay.
We called his daughters on FaceTime.
Okay.
We were just literally just enjoying one another's company.
Okay. And you guys share the phone that you have,
Yes.
correct? Okay. And the phone's located in there, I think, in the
Yes.
kitchen area. Yeah. Okay. So tell me what happens next. You're painting. You guys are doing this puzzle together. You obviously finished the bottle of wine.
Yes.
Did you have 1 or 2 bottles of wine?
Well, we had one previously that was maybe not even half full.
Okay.
But then,
So you finished that one and then you had the full one.
yes.
Okay.
And sorry, what was the question?
Just what did you guys do next after the bottle of wine? Like after you
Well,
guys
we
finished the wine?
We had the bottle of wine while we were doing our arts and crafts.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we were puzzled out, we were painted out.
Mm-hmm.
So, being silly, let's play hide and seek, which we have played before. Like, I don't know if you've opened the door on the top of the stairwell, like, he and I have hidden in there before. Like, just having fun and enjoying each other's company.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's literally all it was. And then the suitcase is downstairs because I was telling you we were getting ready to do donations.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's not a very good suitcase, what was the question? I'm sorry.
You were just explaining to me the night.
Oh, he decided to hide in there. So, being silly, he and I mean, were sitting there laughing at it, like with him in there. And then, so I didn't zip it up all the way, but I mean enough to where his little fingers were out there and whatever, but still having a good time and whatever. Then I guess I decided to go upstairs, and I don't know, I fell asleep. So I woke up this morning and again thought he was downstairs on the laptop looking for a job, as he usually is. And then thought, where is he? Is he on the back porch? Is he in the bathroom? Like, where is he? And then I came to about the suitcase. So I opened the suitcase. I took him out, stretched him out, started to do CPR. Where air was coming out, and then like whatever gurgle. So I'm trying to do CPR on him. Mm-hmm. I'm shaking him, trying to get him to come to, but I could tell by looking at him, something was wrong. He's been losing his teeth lately and has been complaining about his chest hurts, which is why I keep trying to get him to go to the doctor, but because he nor I have a job or insurance, has been putting it off. Mm-hmm. So again, I didn't know what to do, so I called Brian, my ex-husband. I called him, he came over, just walked in and then walked out. I grabbed my phone and I called you guys. From there, here we are.
Okay. The first time you woke up this morning, did you look at your phone just to see what time it was?
No.
Okay.
Most of the time, like, I'll wake up, but because he nor I have a job, I'll usually just lay in the bed for a little bit longer because the house is clean. There's nothing else that we can do. Mm-hmm. Me thinking he's on the laptop looking for jobs, I can't use the laptop. So most of the time, I'll just stay in the bed and collect my thoughts and get ready for the day.
So do you have any idea what time you woke up that first time? What time it may have been? I don't know if you guys have
I'm going to say
clock.
11 something. 11
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Maybe.
Is that when you finally got up, or is that the first time you woke up?
No, that's the time that I decided to get up because I figured he was downstairs on the laptop. So let him
Right.
look for jobs on the laptop, and then it usually I'll clean, he'll look for jobs, or vice versa, where I'll look for jobs and he'll clean.
Okay. So you think you got out of bed after 11 at some point?
Yes.
Okay. But we can't recall which time. Do you think you were up for like hours before that, or
No.
collecting your thoughts? or-
Brian, because I was supposed to have my son today to pick
Okay.
him up from school. Brian usually calls to make sure, hey, are you sure you're getting Lucas today? Because I've had job interviews.
Right.
Are you going to pick up Lucas? So after he called like maybe 3, 4 times, maybe 5, I finally answered, and that's like,
Do you think you were sleeping and missed those calls?
no, I ignored them
You ignored them.
because
Okay.
he's notorious for blowing up my phone.
Okay.
But I understand why, because he's making sure that Lucas gets home
Right. Yeah. Okay.
and to do whatever he needs to do day-wise so he can schedule around it.
Were you upstairs in your room at that time when you were ignoring those phone calls?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So not really sure what time you woke up initially, but you were upstairs collecting your thoughts. You figured he was on the laptop downstairs, so you were just getting ready for your day.
Yes.
You finally got out of bed at sometime after 11 a.m. and had gone downstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Looking
And
for him and was
couldn't find him. You looked outside, couldn't find him anywhere.
he
And then
wasn't
you
in the
thought,
bathroom. I was
Right.
thinking maybe he's in the bathroom. But then I came to and
And then
remembered
you-
the suitcase.
And then you called Brian.
Yes. He
Told
came
him
over.
to come over.
Yes, he came
He
over.
lives down the road, right? Not very far. He came over, walked in, basically walked out. You called 911.
Yes, I had my phone in my hand. I just wanted to wait for him to get there because I didn't know what to do.
Right. Okay. And then we arrive.
Like, I couldn't, I still, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened, but, like, my whole thing is, the whole, like, teeth losing thing, and I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what, he and I were having an amazing time yesterday, like we normally do.
No arguments?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
And the thing with him, though, is, which is why we've been doing puzzles and artwork lately, is that he's been stressing about a job, of course,
Of course.
which we've talked about. So what I did was start having him do puzzles and artwork to keep his mind off of it.
Okay.
His ex-wife is all over him about sending money, which he can't do because he doesn't have a job.
Right.
So he was stressing about that. He's been stressing about the job. But that's why I started to buy puzzles and paint to get his mind off of them, which is what I don't know if you noticed on the wall in there, it's all of our artwork and stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, music, art, and playing with the dogs, dancing around the room with the dogs. And then decided to play hide and seek. Because we're always trying to outdo each other on where we can hide the best.
How often do you guys play hide and seek?
Gosh, that was maybe the third time? Maybe.
Okay. Is it a more recent game you've gotten into, or 3 times the total in your relationship you're talking about?
Lately.
Lately.
Because again, like, we were puzzled out. But we painted already, so why not?
So you were downstairs hanging out. Do you remember around what time you guys started playing hide and seek?
Honestly, I don't.
Do you remember if it was dark out?
It was dark.
Okay.
It was dark. But my thing is like, when I spend time with him and I tried to get him to start doing it, I don't look at the clock.
Okay.
I'm here with him and we're having a good time. I don't need to know what time it is.
Right. I didn't know if you were like on your phone, if you got a text message, if you got a phone call last night.
We called his daughters yesterday, FaceTime.
Right. What time was that at?
I don't know without looking at my phone.
Okay.
But I ended up...
Would that be the only activity that you had yesterday on your phone?
I called Lucas. I talked to Lucas. He's my son.
Okay.
I always call him.
Morning?
No, it was evening.
Evening? Okay.
But
I'm just trying to help you, like, remember something you did right before hide and seek that would help you remember a time or give us a good time frame, because that's important for us to know. We want to be able to tell the doctors that.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay. So when you called Lucas, was it before or after hide and seek?
Before.
Okay. And when you called and FaceTimed his daughters, before or after hide and seek?
Before.
Okay. And did you call the daughters first and then Lucas, or Lucas first and then the daughters?
I know I talked to Lucas, but then we talked to the daughters afterwards.
After? Okay. Okay.
And I don't remember if she called us. No, I know he called Cookie. But yes, we called her.
What are the two daughters' names? Or just one? Did you say one
he
daughter?
He has 3 children. It's Anna, Cookie, what her real name is Destiny. And then he has a handicapped son, Georgie.
Okay. Who did you call though yesterday? Who did he call?
Cookie.
And what is Cookie's real name?
Destiny.
Does she have his last name or something else?
It's Torres. Because she remarried, but I don't know her last name.
Okay. Okay, so you know it's dark out, but you're not really sure what time it is. You play hide and seek. How long do you guys play hide and seek before he decides to get into the suitcase?
Oof.
Approximate.
Wasn't really... I hid upstairs in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
And then came downstairs because I was tired of hanging out in the shower.
Okay.
So that's when he was playing around in the suitcase. So
okay.
Because we both thought it was funny that oh yeah, well, I'm gonna zip you up. You didn't come look for me. So again, it's a broken suitcase, but
what do you mean by broken?
It's only got one of these, but because I didn't zip it up all the way, he was doing the...
You mean it doesn't have, like, the pull part?
Correct.
Okay, but it's
I think it's got a, what do you call it? A paper clip.
Okay. So the zipper to it is missing, like the actual zipper that attaches to it to help you open and close is missing, but you think a paper clip was on it instead?
I believe there's a paper clip on it, because I know that the last time...
That's what you used to, like, help assist you?
Well, or you can just stick your fingers in there and...
Right, yeah. You
unzip it yourself, which is why I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay. So how much did you zip it up?
I mean, I don't really know.
You said his fingers were able to stick out?
Yeah, two fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm figuring he'll get it. He'll get it. But then I wanted to go upstairs and waited for him, and eventually I guess I fell asleep. I had the dogs in the bed with me. It was warm, and then fell asleep.
So you guys are joking. He's in there. You said you could see 2 of his fingers?
Yes.
And then, like, you just decided, okay, I'm going to go upstairs now? Or?
Because I figured he would get out and then go upstairs and have intimate relations like we normally do. Mm-hmm. But I fell asleep.
Okay.
And he never came upstairs. So, again, I'm thinking he's downstairs on the laptop earlier today. Okay. And then remembered.
Okay. So, is this something that do you guys play hide and seek before you have sexual intercourse, or do you guys just play hide and seek because you're bored and you're just trying to pass time and it's fun?
We were, again, puzzled out. Can't paint anymore. Even started to purge some of the art that's on the wall now, so.
Okay, so that's where that one ends. Do you do that as foreplay, I guess? She's asking of playing hide and seek. I just uploaded part 1 of the cell phone video. It's on unlisted right now because I haven't seen it myself. His 2 little fingers. Did you notice she said his 2 little fingers were hanging out? So I think we're going to listen to the ex-husband here in the audio. And I'm going to try to put up the part 2 to the...
Today's date is February 24th, 2020. The time now is approximately 15:25 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I am currently located in my unmarked agency vehicle in front of 4748 France Lane, apartment number 3 in Winter Park, Florida. Also in the car with me is my partner.
Scott Lowen, Detective of the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And your name, sir?
Brian Boone,
Okay. And your date of birth?
5/27/75.
Okay. So, Brian, to my understanding, you were called over here. So can you just take me back to this morning and your involvement with Sarah, which is your ex-wife?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, yes. We've been divorced about a year and a half.
Okay.
Well, I started calling her probably 10:30 or so. It's her day to pick up the kid, but
Okay.
it doesn't always happen. It's 1 or 2 days a week, maybe she gets them.
Out of the 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And what do you pick, like every other day you're supposed to?
Well, we're supposed to. She's Monday, Tuesday, I'm Wednesday, Thursday, and then we alternate Friday through Sunday is how it's supposed to. I was actually, my lawyer back a couple weeks ago was I was looking to get it changed because she can never stick to it. There's always some reason why. So it's general that I start calling her around then to find out if she's actually going to get him, even though yesterday she told me she would. So I started calling her about 10:30. Never got any answer until 9:00. So I finally got a hold of her at 12:49.
And did she call you or you call her?
No, I called her. I had called her at 11:25. I did that twice. I always call twice because generally she's asleep or whatever. And then I called her 2 more times at 12:21, and then I called her again at 12:49, and that's when she answered.
Okay.
Freaking out, saying that George was dead, and could I please come over? So I told her you need to call the police. Mm-hmm. And went and got my dog in his crate and everything, and started heading over here. She called me again at 12:54 asking if I was going to be coming over, if I'd left yet. And I told her I had already left. I was going to be there in a couple minutes. So I got here, knocked on the door, walked in just right in the front entrance area. Told her once again, you need to call the police.
Was she on the phone with anyone when
Not
you
yet.
saw her?
Not yet.
Okay.
She was shaking. She was trying to get herself something to drink because she was just like freaking out. So that's when she got on the phone and called, and I said, I'm going outside because I don't really want to be in here right now. So I came outside and I sat in my car until people showed up, and
Okay.
it's kind of where we've gone from there. So
Okay. So you called her about 5 or 6 times before she answered.
yeah, which completely normal.
Normal to you. Okay. The rotation real quick. So Monday, Tuesday, she'll have them. Wednesday, Thursday, you'll have them. And then you rotate each weekend.
Yeah, well,
Like it's every other weekend?
how it's supposed to work. Generally, it's 1 or 2 times, maybe a week. I think she had him last Tuesday was the last time he was actually over here.
And spent the night?
Yes.
Okay.
It's probably another week before that.
What's your son's name?
Lucas. Lukas.
L-U-K. And Boone?
Yeah.
you think he stayed here last Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was last Tuesday.
Was, well then, okay, so you technically have him more than she does. Is,
Oh, yeah.
Is that where you're getting?
Yeah, that's why I said I was going to the lawyer.
So even though
I was
that's
trying
how
to get
it's
things
supposed to
changed.
be, you still have him.
Yeah,
the majority.
it's a not a good day. George is in a bad mood, or whatever else reason. I think sometimes just she wants to stay up and drink and can't really do that if she's got to wake up and take him to school the next day.
Right.
Any number of different reasons. So. But,
Okay. How long have you known Sarah?
Since, let's see here, I was probably 23 or so when we met.
Oh wow.
Something like that.
Since you were 23?
Yeah, so probably, 20 years. We dated for quite a while, and then got married, whatever it was, 12, 13 years ago, something like that. Well, I guess 12, 13 years ago before the divorce, so I guess like 14, 15 ago, something like that, maybe.
Okay. What can you tell me about her?
I don't, she's generally not, she can get a bit violent when she drinks. Not to this kind of extent. I don't know what happened exactly. But,
right. No, I'm just looking for you.
But
that
was part of it. The alcohol has gotten worse and worse and worse over the years. That's one of the main reasons why I divorced her. I just couldn't deal with it. It got to the point where, on weekdays she'd go out, and I guess the George person is one of the people she had met, because I separated at one point and went over to my parents' house to live for a few months, and I guess she met him over at the pool place or something like that. But I'd come back when we were in therapy trying to work it out, and on a weeknight when he's got school the next day, I've got work the next day, she was out till 3 o'clock in the morning when the bar closes, and she'd bring people back over on the back porch. One time some random person walked in my house and started screaming for Sarah at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning when we're trying to sleep. I just couldn't get over it.
So did you still live here?
No. I bought her out of our house.
Okay.
I was going to just sell it and move because I kind of want to go back to College Park, which is where I'm from, but
right.
I thought it would be maybe easier for Lucas if I just bought her out and kept that house so he had a little bit of continuancy, kind of.
Yeah. Understandable.
So that's what I ended up doing, and then she moved right down the street here, so. And
how long would you say the alcoholism has been a part of her life?
It's always been a part of her life. It seemed to have gotten worse and worse. I think more or less kind of since we had Lucas. And I think a lot of it was the fact that she kind of, I guess, maybe felt trapped or something.
Okay.
That, before that, whenever she wanted, you're outside having a drink, I want to go play pool, you go over across the street, you play pool for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore when she got a kid.
Right.
So.
How old's your son?
He is 9. So, but she started just getting really angry when she drank a lot. She said last night she fell asleep. There were plenty of times where she just basically passed out from drinking. So,
so you've witnessed her pass out from drinking?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And when she passes out, is she out cold?
Oh, she's out.
How difficult would it be to wake her?
Well, if I were to shake her or something,
right.
I could probably wake her up. But me making a phone call or noise probably wouldn't do it.
Okay. And would she be in the middle of doing something and just out cold, or would she go to bed and just be out cold?
Yeah, she wouldn't fall over or anything. It would be more of a lay down and then she just out.
Right. Okay. What do you know about her and George's relationship, if anything?
I think she had him arrested 5 or 6 times for domestic violence. He's stuck a steak knife in the back of her leg one time.
Okay.
I every
So
single.
he's been arrested. So has he always been the one that gets arrested, or has she ever?
She
been
was
arrested?
also one of the times.
Okay.
One of the times, both of them were arrested. But all the others have been him. But the very next day, she's in there trying to get him bailed out. So
Right.
I don't know. Basically, they get drunk, they get in a fight, she gets upset, she calls the cops. I mean, granted, I saw lots of black eyes, bruises.
On her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there definitely was. Now,
Would you see George as much as you would see him or her?
I hardly ever saw him.
You hardly
I honestly, I didn't like being around either one of them,
Right.
to be honest, and him more so. So,
Why is that?
just I don't know. It's my ex-wife. She made me really mad with everything. How the whole divorce went down, and just, the way she acted and the way she changed, and the way they both are. What it's done to Lucas and everything else. He's nobody I cared to see. Let me put it that way. It's not like I really went out of my way to it's just that.
When you guys do drop-offs or anything, is it always through the school, or would you have to come here and see them, or no?
No, it's pretty much always during the school. Now sometimes she would come over or something like that. Sometimes he would be driving, but he would just stay in the car. She would come in, so I really wouldn't see him.
So it's not like you have conversations with George. Okay.
No, maybe a few times when they've drunkenly called me at night because she was telling me she needed to escape because of whatever's going on, or she's put him on the phone, but I don't know.
When's the last incident that you recall of there being a domestic dispute between her and George?
She told me a week ago she had to escape from the house and wanted me to come pick her up. I told her I wasn't going to because I'm just tired of it happening. It was midnight. Child's trying to sleep, and just honestly, I don't always believe her when she said these things were going on. And
she called you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently she went back inside and slept well. Was in a fine mood the next day. I guess didn't really remember calling me, so I don't know if it was just
brought up again?
if it was just she wanted to come over to. I don't know. She keeps on trying to come over to hang out or something like that, or she'll come over to spend time with Lucas rather than actually just having him over here like she's supposed to. But she wants to come over there and play with him, and so I'm not sure how real that was. Last time I know there was an actual physical confrontation. It's probably been a little while because this last time George got arrested, I know he was on pre-trial, whatever, something. I don't know. He had a parole officer. He had a domestic violence class. He's
So that's the last time. Basically, the last time he was arrested was the last physical altercation that you recall.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but I think so.
And you have any idea what year or month that may have been?
Back a few months, maybe?
A few months ago?
Yeah, something like that, maybe. I don't think it was incredibly long.
Okay. Around the holidays of last year, before the holidays?
I think it was probably before the holidays.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
Because oddly enough, there was a 3-week period where she actually had Lucas all the time she was supposed to because he was in jail for a month or something like that.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't let him out.
Yeah. And you said when she drinks that she can get physically aggressive.
She can. She did it to me a lot, where she'd hit me and stuff like that. She's tiny.
What do you mean hit though? Open hand smack you, or try and punch you?
Yeah, she'd punch me. More arms. She many times would use her claws. I had scratches on my neck at times, on my arms. Things like that where she'd dig with her claws.
Okay.
I never got that drunk, and I had restraint. I never touched her back. I think George didn't have that restraint, and at times he would hurt her back. So for all I know, all the times he got arrested, she started it. I don't know. I wasn't there, so. But I know she could get violent at times.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. It wasn't anything I don't know, too much. I mean, just.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you don't feel like she was a huge threat. I'm assuming, right?
No.
Yeah. Like you could handle yourself.
Yes.
Does she drink daily?
I think pretty much.
Okay. And do you know like her drink of choice?
That would be vodka.
Vodka.
Or wine, but vodka is the big one.
And does she or George have a job?
No. She hasn't worked for over 2 years. Well, I guess you could maybe call what he's got a job. He worked at the Ace Hardware up across the street here.
Okay.
Which is now going out of business.
Okay.
He kind of off and on worked there. When he did work, it was 15, 20 hours a week, something like that. I mean, my alimony and stuff basically pays for where they lived. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, they didn't need a ton, but, I mean, she was always calling to borrow money. And but, it's been like 2 years since she got a job. She keeps on telling me she's looking. She's always finding the good opportunities and everything, but...
Right.
Okay.
Do you want to take it?
It's my dad. Just
Sure,
one second.
yeah.
Real quick. Hey. Well, just wait. I'm talking with the detectives right now, and I should be heading out here soon. So I can come get him. Okay? Is John out? Oh, okay. Is he awake? Okay. Good. Okay. Well, I should be up there very soon. Okay. Bye. Sorry.
Okay. We were just on the phone with someone. Okay. When you came over here, I know you said that she called you freaking out saying he was dead. Did she give you any more, like, did you ask why or how?
She told me that they were playing last night or something, and he got in the suitcase and she fell asleep.
Okay.
That's all she told me, so I don't know anything beyond that.
Okay.
And I really didn't talk to her much because I came inside, I told her you need to call the police, and then I came back out, and I think she went on the back porch to smoke a cigarette, so I didn't even really talk with her much.
Oh, like she was going outside to... Did you see her take a cigarette?
Yeah, she was going outside with I also know when the cops showed up, she kept on telling them she had a cigarette burning out there, and she needed to go put it out.
Okay.
But they were keeping her away from stuff, I guess.
Right. Okay.
But, she wanted me to come back there with her. I was like, I'm going out here. I don't really want to be in here, so.
Right. And that's when she went to call 911?
Well, she called 911 while I was in there. I was standing right in the foyer area.
Okay.
And, I mean, it was apparently a pretty quick conversation, and that's when she started to go that way, and I just told her I'm going out front, so.
Okay. Okay, so they were playing and she went upstairs and went to bed.
I don't know where she went. She just told me she went to sleep.
Or she went to sleep. Okay, you don't know where.
I don't know where.
You didn't ask more questions.
I didn't ask more questions. I leave that to you guys.
Yeah. No problem.
Oh my lord. Hey, I'll let you know when I'm done talking to these guys, okay? Hello? That's okay. All right. Never mind. Okay, bye. I'll call you when I'm leaving. All right, bye. Sorry.
It's okay. When's Lucas's birthday?
10/28/10.
Okay. Okay.
When's the last time you were in this house?
Well, I was in the foyer.
No, not today.
Oh, before today? I'm trying to remember if I've been in there. I haven't even really been over here lately.
So it's been a long time.
It's probably been at least weeks, maybe.
Does Lucas play baseball or anything yet?
We've tried to get him into sports. He's not a big sports person, really.
Did you ever play baseball?
He didn't play baseball. Well, I mean, I had him like a t-ball set and stuff like that, and we'd play catch.
Was it like a plastic t-ball set, or what kind of equipment did you have?
Oh, no, this is when he was like 3 years old. It was a little plastic thing I had in the backyard.
Did you ever buy him any baseball bats or anything?
I bought one for over here that Sarah said for Lucas and George to like play with or something. That was like a year ago or something, maybe.
What kind of bat was it? Was it a wood bat?
Yeah, it was a wooden bat. I think it was like a junior size thingy. I don't know. It's something that I looked like kind of for his height or something, I think.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Would you mind if I took a picture of your call log to show
Sure.
that you've all the
Do you just want to see
attempts?
hers, or you, like zoomed in on hers so you can see all those?
Yeah, that's perfect. So I'd say starting from today. I know her phone.
Did you text with her at all today?
Not today. I don't think I did today at all.
Sorry.
That was last night. She was drunkenly texting me.
Last
What
night?
time?
Yeah.
What time?
That was 11 o'clock at night. I think that was last night.
Last night was Sunday. Does it say?
Oh, that's Saturday. Never mind.
Saturday.
That was Saturday night when I was watching the baseball game.
Okay.
Yesterday, which is that, she said her account was in the negative, so I transferred her a little bit of money to get her out of the negative.
She sent you. Oh, that was the morning. Okay, so she thanked you at 11:56 that morning.
Yeah.
Right.
Sunday.
Okay. What's the last thank you? What time? Okay, so just a few times.
Yeah, and then that one at
She left
12:01.
at 12:01. Okay, so afternoon, Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the calls. Do you need like?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yep, I'll start from the top where it has her information. Go ahead. You could scroll down, and that's
could.
fine. Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Has Lucas ever told you anything about her, like witnessing anything between her and George?
He's heard arguments and things like that.
Okay.
He's not a big fan of staying over here, honestly.
Okay.
Just because they get in arguments and stuff like that. I don't think they've ever had a physical fight in front of him.
Okay.
But I know there's been arguments he's told me about.
Okay.
There's been times where I think things were starting to get to that point, and she has called me to come pick him up
Okay.
and bring him back over to my house. So
Yeah. Okay.
she's generally pretty good about having me come get him if, which leads to me not having a life because I can't ever do anything.
Right.
So I can't go anywhere because I'm too worried about something happening and me having to be over here quickly.
Yeah. Okay, do you have anything else?
Yeah, do you know if she's ever had any issues with drugs in the past?
To my knowledge, she's never really been a drug person. She's big on alcohol, but I don't think she's ever done. I mean, I think she told me like one time, like back before we got divorced, that at I don't know, this bar thing over there across the street near the Walgreens, whatever it's called.
Okay.
I've never been there, but somebody gave her a little bit of cocaine, like 2 years ago or something like that. But I've never known her to do drugs.
What about George?
No clue whatsoever. That
She's never
She's
complained
never-
to you.
no. That's not to say these things don't happen, because I try to keep myself out of and away from
that.
them in general, but
Right.
Which vehicle is yours?
the Prius right up here.
I
In front of
guessed.
us.
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
That is what I got sent.
Oh,
I know
really?
it looks like a vanity thing. No, that's just this last time they, I guess, sent me a new plate, and that's what was on it.
Awesome. So you can make it up whatever you want it to be.
I could.
Tell them it's for racing. You're going to
Yeah, I know you're racing.
Yes, racing in
Your
my Prius.
I'm not saying you win. I'm just saying you race.
Oh man. Okay. Anything else, Scott? Okay. Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know that we have not asked you about either George or Sarah?
I don't think so.
When I mean, you guys have been separated for what do you say, 5?
We've been divorced about a year and a half. We were separated a good 8 months before that or so.
So
And we had been separated one other time before that, before we got back together, and we're trying to do therapy, which didn't work at all. So,
How long has she been living in this apartment?
ever since we got divorced. So,
Just a year and a half ago?
no, longer than that then. Because I took over the house, I moved in there, and she moved here. Because I told her I was buying her out of the house. So I guess it has been longer than that. I think she just said she renewed, so maybe just past 2 years.
Okay.
That may be right.
So I think she said she's been here like 4 years.
she's been with George. I don't remember what she said.
Yeah, she was with George before we were divorced. So
Yeah. Okay. And any time that that you recall when you guys were together, and she would be drunk, did she always like resort to getting angry? Like, is she an angry drunk, or would she, like?
her main problem is she can't stop.
Okay.
I mean, she can't go out and have a glass of wine with dinner.
Right.
That's not a thing she can do, because when she starts drinking, she will continue drinking basically until she out.
She goes to sleep.
Yeah.
If she were to be drunk, would she like want to play games with you? Like, did you guys?
Oh, there's a really good period where she is very good, but then she drinks past that and she gets into the angry bits.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Can you just raise your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This ends the recording 15:52 hours.
Okay, so that's it. We listened to Sarah, we listened to Brian. We have the 911 call on here. I uploaded the 2 suitcase videos to the channel, but they're not public yet. I'll put them public. They do have a warning on them, and they're not monetized because of the content being sensitive and having language. So I have and over 18. You have to be over 18 to access that now. So what do you guys think? We call this Quit Sweat now, and you guys can look at the cell phone videos. I will, before I go back to the other house, which I'm going to go, try to upload, because it might rain. If it starts to rain, and then I may come back in the afternoon, if it's raining, pouring, that I can't do anything, and go through some of this other stuff with you. Yeah, but I come here every day. So that you don't guys, I come here every morning. So this morning I got here around 10 o'clock, but then I got this stuff at like 7 o'clock in the morning from the district attorney's office. And you know how I am with that stuff. I can't stop looking at it. So I started listening, and then I said, well, wow, maybe now that I'm with my setup, that it's so hard for me to deal with a laptop after I'm used to something like this, you know what I mean? So I can share stuff easily, but I don't, because I don't know how we will go over a lot of this with just the laptop. So the audio interviews, we probably can. And there are audio interviews, so maybe we'll save that for late at night when I'm there. But if it should start to rain, which it just may, then I'll come back here and go through this some more with you guys. There's 2 cell phone videos I'm going to put up. Again, they have an over 18 warning. And then, oh yeah, because it's just, I'm literally 200, the 2 houses are 200 feet away. So yeah. So so anyway, but usually I don't stay very long, just a little bit, just to check on things, check if we have packages or something over here, and pick up some things, maybe crafts I want to do over there. We have so much stuff over there now. It's going to be like freaking moving to come home when we come home. It's so crazy. But anyway, if it does rain, I will get my butt over here and go through some more of this stuff with you. I have plants to water, Robbity Bob. I have like a garden out back with my tomato. I've got all that good stuff to check out and look at every day. So, all right, let me go to, I'm downloading what I think right now is some police cam. Let me just see if that's what it is. So this is not long, but I think I'm going to compile each officer's police cam video. And so I'll compile that for you guys into their own videos. There she is outside the...
It's natural. You're nervous. You have your anxiety and you're scared, right?
I don't know how to explain it to you.
It's okay. You don't have to.
I don't know how to. I'm just waiting for whoever, so.
I can tell you this. I'm going to be here just as long as you are. Including my... Be a while. I'm welcoming this breeze right now. It's kind of warm. All right? So just bear with us.
I know.
All right?
If you could, give me whatever updates or anything that that's just how I work, so I know, kind of what...
Well, let me look at my computer, see.
updates.
We already got a detective on his way. He's on the screen. Okay.
Wow, that wind.
No, ya quiero lavarse las manos con... Honey, that's my corporal. Let me pick it up.
So that is, let me see. I think that was, that was BWC. There's no sound right now, so it's not your computer. There's no sound right now. This is the apartment complex that they're at.
after we got divorced.
It's still
so,
Boone. Okay.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
your first name?
Brian, Brian.
Brian. And your date of birth?
That's the ex-husband.
5/27/75.
And your child is in school right now. He's not here with you.
No. He's
Okay.
at school.
He's in school. What? How old is he?
This will be a fun one to explain. He's 9. He's third
I
grade.
can't even start with how you would explain something like this. Okay. Sixth grade, you said?
Third grade.
Third
He's
grade.
9.
Third grade. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So sit tight for us. I'm sorry it's so hot.
It's
Maybe
okay.
the middle of that would be a good spot to stay in. So we'll take it from there. I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
South and 221 Alpha unit check. Report on 212. 1012 and 1332.
Want to do this now? Did we get that dog by any chance?
He's sleeping on the.
Oh, poor thing. So your backyard's not fenced? Okay. Because we put him in the backyard and I guess he knew to.
I'm sorry?
Your dog. We thought the backyard was fenced.
The dogs are outside?
No. We have them contained.
One's deaf and one's blind.
Okay.
That's why I was making sure they were under the table.
Nope, that's yours. So we just stand. Wait for get the instructions on what to do next. You got some water, good, okay.
Can I please just have a cigarette? They're on the back porch.
Not right now, we can't have you go and get anything. Why don't you sit in the shade? You're okay right there? Or maybe a little closer here where the shade is?
You're still on?
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're getting up left-handed today.
Oh no, you're in 24 right now. What in the
Passenger
world?
23 unit check.
I'm like, nobody's going up there?
I heard silence. I said 220. I was leaving Econ in 50. Just gonna go get me a sub. And then I said, well, I need to go to that.
243 Delta unit check.
Am I able? Someone asked.
1334.
I know you said. Wait a minute. My ex-husband, Brian, had a cigarette for him at least.
We can't let you guys communicate right now.
I know this was last week. He could ask for one.
You want me to get a cigarette from him and bring it to you?
That's okay.
I could probably do that.
Ask him for a lighter. Thank you.
No problem.
Ask him for a lighter, she said, too. What the ex
I was
has
gonna
been.
have him arrange childcare.
Okay, good. For the child in school up the street. Okay.
Is my name on there yet?
No, sir, it's not. I need to get her on there too, and him.
Yes.
So they're in route
Yes,
already,
those
probably?
are apartments, Jeanette.
Did anybody call?
No,
They're
you
in
want me to
apartment
call?
number 3.
Oh, I thought you were calling. All right, let me get homicide. All right. Okay, let's see. Hold on, I'm still on. Let me.
Okay, and then let me see here. So that was this one, this one. Let me see. This one. She has an Easter flag up there in the front. It was February. She's got the bunnies up there. She has the hearts on the door. She's over there. Coming over. Gatorade bottle over there on the bush. There's no sound. It's not you. There's no sound on the video yet.
They're coming out now. I'll get you somebody, okay? She wants to say something. She wants to talk. I'm on. Yeah.
Well, we're
You don't
here,
know
so
anything though, like why or how?
So we will not know the answer to that because we're not doctors. So what's going to happen is he's going to go to the medical examiner's office and he'll have what's called an autopsy.
Yeah.
That'll be first thing tomorrow morning. I'll know a lot, hopefully a lot more tomorrow morning as far as him. But I cannot, there's no way I could say how, why.
So just by looking at him, like, why is he purple?
Oh, that's normal when someone passes away. Lividity turn.
I'm not sure why that. There we go.
I'm like really scared. I want you guys to know that. Like,
look around. You have all these deputies here, so while we're here, nothing's going to happen to you. Before we go and make any notifications, you'll have plenty of time to leave or do what you need to do. Whatever you need to do, okay? And we can talk about that more in length, but yeah, it's not going to be a surprise.
Real quick, and then.
but like, I don't like this was totally like not intentional. Like that's what I'm scared about too. Like, hey.
We'll have all the answers. We'll have a lot more answers tomorrow after medical examiner looks at it. Like she said, what you're seeing here is common. This is us coming out to a scene. Yeah, his age, no real medical history that we know of. For him to have passed away, we come out and we do an investigation. Yeah. We come out and do an investigation. Medical examiner's office will be sending people out. This is what we do. If he was 75 years old and had a history of heart condition, we wouldn't be here.
I just don't know what I don't know what it is.
Exactly. And that's what we're here to find out. We're just here to get the answers. The answers that you want, the answers that his family's going to want.
I just really want to see my son. Like, I really need to see my son. Well, I mean, I know I can't go anywhere, but...
No. Right.
So, do I just, like, sit out here and wait for you guys?
If you would, yes, please.
Is anybody else having to show up, or everybody's here that needs to be here?
My team's here that needs to be here. The medical examiners will show up when we call them, but we're not ready for them yet. So they're going to take him, they're going to take some photos, take him, but that's towards the end of it. And they'll be called well in advance when we're ready for them, but we're not ready for them at this point. So we won't be calling them quite yet. Okay? So like I said, I got to go do some paperwork. They're going to chat with some people, and then we're going to come back and talk to you if you're okay with that.
Yes, please.
So just give us a little bit more time. Like I said, I need to go and do that, and he's going to go do what he needs to do.
But do you guys tell his family, like, today or after tomorrow?
We have to. It's the
law. We have to go. No, we're not going to just go and do it without you knowing. You'll know. We'll talk to you prior to doing anything like that.
But I mean, I understand what you guys and how you do it, and, you know, so, but, like, what do you just tell him? What do you tell his parents? Like, what's the reason?
He passed away.
We tell them what we know at that point.
Yeah.
We tell them the truth.
And that we're going to be waiting for the autopsy results, and I will be at the autopsy in the morning, and hopefully the doctor will be able to give me some of what they think and see.
We'll give them their number. They can contact them and get it from them.
But yeah, they're gonna know what we're here, what we're investigating, and that
They're gonna think I killed him.
Why would they think that?
They always have said that. They've always have said that.
What have they
I
said?
told you it's because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon. That's what they call me. Because they don't want him with me. So he's basically just not really been around his family because he chooses me over them. Even after I've encouraged him numerous times to go over there and see his family. They have never accepted me, and they have always been really just unforgiving, I'll say that, where they've never accepted me, and everybody in his family has threatened to kick my ass, so especially his sister. He had to pull her off me one time.
Do you have somewhere safe that you can go tonight?
Both my parents are deceased, my grandparents are deceased, my aunt and uncle are deceased. I got nobody. I have a brother that's in the Marines, and then I've got another one that's in jail.
Unless the brother that's Marines, is he local?
No. Well, he in Altamont, but I think he's doing whatever Marine thing he's doing. But the only way...
Your phone's inside, correct?
Yes.
Does he have a phone?
No.
He doesn't have a phone.
He used my phone.
He uses your phone.
Yeah, we did it
share
together.
phone.
So the only place I could go is over to Brian's house. So I don't think he'll have a problem with it.
Okay.
So,
well, like I said, we're not going to leave here. If you do not feel safe, we are not going to leave here with you not feeling safe, because then we're liable.
and then his ex-wife in Philadelphia,
well, she's in Philadelphia, but yes.
there's going to be a funeral.
Right. That you're talking like days and weeks possibly
No,
in advance, and I'm talking right here, right now.
I know.
So let me do my investigation. Let me go do this paperwork that I'm talking about, because we can go back and forth about what ifs like all day long.
I know, sorry.
I promise we're not going to leave here for you and you not feel safe, okay? I promise.
What's going on?
Please.
Okay?
I don't even know what to tell you.
It's okay. Just take a seat, have some water, give us a few minutes, let us do our thing, and we'll be back to talk to you, I promise, okay?
Like you said, if you need us again, just let them know.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Martina, do you need to type?
Yeah.
Go ahead and type.
Okay.
Sit down and type. Just keep like eyes on. Do you have anyone in here?
There's nobody here, it's just me.
Okay, that's fine. You're right there, right?
Yeah.
Sit there and type. You're fine. I have relief coming, so just get type.
I'm just trying to see what number this was. 56. I missed which one we... So these are all from the same officer, and I think... Let me see if this is a different one. Yeah. Again, this is not your audio. There is no audio at this point. Let's see, let's skip it ahead.
Take it with you. Oh, the time? Just about 2:30. Huh?
I'm just trying to figure out when my
What time he comes out?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock?
My place, he'll have to go get him.
Okay.
That was a pretty uneventful one, right? Let's see what else. Let's leave on a little bit of a... I don't know what this one is. Oh, that looks like the... I'm just trying to see what this is. That looks like one of the cell phone videos, so we don't want to show that. Those are going to be in their own video. Let me just see what this one is. Sarah. Oh, this is her interview. Okay, so I'm going to upload this in its own video, but I'll give you a sneak peek.
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like
he's never been locked in a suitcase. That's where he couldn't get out. So
it's kind of, I thought it was the boy crying wolf kind of thing.
Okay.
And again, my plan.
But nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking. He is begging. And you're the only one laughing.
Okay.
And you're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like you're mad.
No. Please don't. I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me. Like
no, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
Well, I know what.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember making the video?
Probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
No. Just because I went upstairs and... Just because you're drunk doesn't mean that you...
You told us times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you.
Mm-hmm.
You said that you don't like not having your wits. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
Okay. I understand where you all are coming from.
Well, we're just trying to make sense of it. We're trying to figure out what you're saying.
We're trying to figure out this video.
You explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did. Like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was... My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to... He'll be up here any minute.
But you willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and get
My
ready
plan
for
wasn't
bed.
also to leave him in the suitcase.
So why didn't you take him out?
Because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think, he's asking to come out, he can't
I didn't do
breathe.
it intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not zipping it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the suitcase.
And what was your plan?
Waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when he did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him? Maybe I shouldn't?
No.
Well, that didn't cross your mind because it didn't happen.
That's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just...
We're asking.
It's the whole...
You tell us.
It's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was, like... I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't... He's
telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name, and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
Guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? Because it was a joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you love
I wouldn't do
George.
that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
So, I just...
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand. Like, it's...
I mean...
That was not my intention.
Well,
y'all don't have any idea what
by
I've
your
done
acts,
for
though.
him.
But by your acts, and that's exactly right. You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show
No.
you any appreciation.
He did.
Not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you bring up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you. You couldn't breathe. And you verbally, several times, told him just, fuck you.
Well, you said it in the video, but you won't let us play the rest of it because you don't want to...
When I say
told him-
cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I
And
think
if
so
you
too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating, though, so, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me.
Okay.
I'm leaving it at that.
Okay.
So I don't know if you all know how to do this because so that's what I was get ready to ask you. So are you all updating his parents today or when you get final whatevers?
What does it matter what we tell his parents? What do you mean?
Because
we're gonna talk with them.
Yeah.
okay,
I mean, I have to
but it's going to
like-
come down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is it you would tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise,
here's
scratch,
the thing.
and
Here's the thing.
whatever on the head.
We had to deliver news to them last night that their son was dead. There's not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy thing
Was
to
it
do.
yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Right? Did we not meet yesterday?
It's a valid question.
Really? Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
Got it.
Perfect.
So I don't know if I ask you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, probably a terrible idea.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
Yeah.
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we ask. We have no way of...
I didn't know, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So...
It'll be up to them to make their arrangements of what they want to do. Like she just told you this quick, just being told last night, I'll pretty much be willing to wager that they have not even considered what they're going to do.
His body can't even be released,
No.
so...
I've been there with parents, grandparents, aunt and uncles. So I don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was going to call his former employees whom he really cared for and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't want to do something that I'm not supposed to. How do I go about getting his wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then...
It'll be released to
to
the next
family.
of kin.
Yeah, okay.
I bought it for him.
Okay.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger, it goes to them, they're the ones that are going to release it. We don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back. So for all of this, like, how do I find out what's what and how many, like, what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swabs of stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
FDLE.
FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then, like, whatever white can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Correct.
Why would you guys, you'll see it in there, the baseball bat, for Lucas, and the receipts. And this is just his phone, my phone, and then the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation, and it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So, what's next?
They're going to come and Swab your fingers?
No, I'm talking about, like, in the long run. Like, what do I need to, like, do I need to be doing something, or, like...
I can't tell you, like, what to do.
I mean, like, so, like, for, like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna, like, because it makes it sound like, to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a handful of other things that I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Okay.
I understand that.
So...
we're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
So is there going to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is kind of thing? Or like, because I've done the whole court thing. I've done the whole attorney thing. I've done whatever. So if I'm not admitting anything about being intentional and I killed George.
Okay.
That's not the situation, but it's trying to be pinned on me.
Okay.
That was not my intent. But it's trying to be pinned on me. So however or whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking what the next step is other than me getting my nails swabbed.
I mean, you want me to tell you how to not be accused? I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
Well, we did tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and or me not just show up back home.
I'm sorry, what? That or what?
Me just not show up back home. That's what, he's so happy that I'm staying over at the house with Brian. Like, so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of whatever to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you don't mind me asking, so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, is that what you're going to tell them, like his parents? It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell him?
I don't think it really matters what we're going to tell the parents.
Oh yeah, it is. It's fuel to the fire.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're going to go, I'm not saying that we're going to go and tell them every single thing we have, but again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office, that's public record, so eventually, like, this all will come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm not,
Matters hiding.
you're making it sound like we're going to tell them something, so then your life is in danger, and I don't like that accusation.
No.
So let's just nip that in the butt right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
I cannot
But
What are we going to tell them?
But we can't even, but so technically there's no concrete report yet, even.
Right. So
it's,
you want me to, like, tell you exactly what I'm going to tell them. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. Let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs. I don't know what I'm going to tell them.
So
Parents that are dealing with
can I call you the way that I did last time?
Yeah, my phone is an open line. Missy should be here. I don't know what's taking so
Yeah,
long.
so it's coming out to look into.
I get it. Look, I get it. That looks really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life, it was not intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what is what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much it, look, that's how much it means.
Okay.
I hope you take that to heart. Please.
And it's documented that you said that, yeah, I get it.
Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
No telling.
What'd you say?
I just said no telling. I mean, our digital forensics unit is, got a lot of cases on their plate. I mean.
Well, and that's not
Just
technically
as
my
one.
laptop, it's Lucas's laptop.
Okay.
But he plays, you'll see all the games that he has on there.
As soon as we can get that back to Lucas, we will. As soon as we can release your phone, we will. But we have no way of being able to tell you because we don't have control over their caseload and how they arrange what they do. So I don't know. And at this point, I think, honestly, with everything else that's going on, that should probably be at the bottom of your list of worries.
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
Brian not have a laptop for him?
He has his laptop that he has to do for work, that he doesn't want him using it or breaking or dropping. It's not a big deal. There's nothing on the laptop anyway. So you will keep me posted, like updated.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing, is I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in the meantime.
I don't know, I can't, like, I don't know what to tell you, though. Like, what?
But you all have more information than I do, where it's like, yeah, you might want to, or yeah, you might want to.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, we have more information on what?
Like,
We told you everything that we have. You know everything that we know. And most of it we got from you.
but that, like I was telling her, like, yeah, that's bad. Like, which I swore on my son's life was not intentional. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for myself
Okay.
going forward with this, nonetheless, with his family. And are you all just showing up with Lucas in the house?
I think we've already both told you that we would be mindful of any situations.
I have no idea when I'm going to call you next.
Isn't the report come out tomorrow?
No.
Our report.
I'm just saying a report is generated through us, and the sheriff's office is a public entity. So if someone were to come request something, then...
No, I'm talking about his autopsy.
She's waiting and doing more follow-up, but...
She's looking at him again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But she won't be finished with him because she's pending for other stuff.
So after this, what? I'm done? For now? How long does this stuff take to get back?
The
Most
FGLE
of that
results?
you won't get back. The swabs and stuff will stay.
But I'll know about it?
Sorry. Our dispatch center keeps calling my phone, and I keep having to have other people call them to see what they need.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I miss him a lot.
I mean,
No more.
but my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position like that?
Yes, but you have to understand too. I know.
No, just what would you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
I have no idea because I've never done it before.
Why have you never done it before?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Why would I
did
do
you?
it before?
Why did you do it now?
I clearly have said why. Why?
No, you don't know
Never-
why. You
never-
just know that it's not intentional,
Yeah.
but you don't know why. But that's okay.
Really?
I'm not trying to force you to say something that you don't know.
It's feeding and penning. Like you said, you don't know me. What time is it, please?
4:46.
Doing what I did is punishment enough.
Again, the full interview is being uploaded now, so it'll be available after this, and so will the two cell phone videos in the full playlist, which, let me see, let me put that right there so you
that
can
right there
bookmark it or
says
something.
Not my intention.
Understandable, Billy Boy. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a nice day now. But you'll have this whole one to watch. And I'll see, I can still upload from my laptop some of the other stuff.
Nonetheless,
And I'll keep adding to the playlist.
Nonetheless.
And then we can discuss it, and we can listen to audio interviews tonight. Okay, but I'm going to pop off here right now. Let me see. And yeah, just look for that all. And I'll see you guys later on tonight, I hope. Is everybody into this case? I mean, do you want me to keep covering it? Is it interesting to you? Hi, Cato. Hi, Lisa L. Hi, everybody that jumped in here while I didn't know. Why am I on top chat again? I hate that. Colleen, Jeanette, Cato, Lisa L, Robert E. Bob, Kevin, Linda, everybody. So, do you want to keep going into this case? I mean, I hope it's interesting to you. I think some of you have asked me to. Yes, okay, Lisa's like, yes, with like a whole bunch of exclamation marks. You want to know more Rubbity Bub? Okay, good. Because I don't want to, you know, I'm interested in it, but I don't want to bore people. Hi, Aurora, very much so. Okay, so look for the full interview. Watch it. We'll discuss that tonight. And look for the cell phone videos. Again, they are sensitive in nature for language and just for what? I'm going to pop those to public right now. So you can watch those. They're short. One is 2 minutes and something, and I think one is like 30 seconds or less than 30 seconds. Okay? Everybody have a wonderful day. Go do something fun too. And talk to you guys later, okay? Love you guys. God bless. Prayers for all. Thank you again, Billy, for your super chat. Thank you to the moderators for keeping things cool in here. And thank all of you for watching. Appreciate it. All right, see you later. And thank you for all for watching the replay. Everybody, let me end this. I better just end this. How do I, hold on, I've got to end my live stream here. Hang on. End that. And